13th edition of Dekho Apna Desh 2. From Ministry of Tourism, I welcome everybody, all the participants, to this webinar on Dekho Apna Desh, which has been actively viewed and actively watched, actively debated in different states and communicating public circles, and very well appreciated. People started talking a lot about visiting various places in this country, which are known places, sometimes which are unknown places. And through this Dekho webinar seminar, people are coming to know about it and discussing the importance of historical places, spiritual places of this great nation called Bharat, India. So, to this episode 13 of Dekho Apna Desh, this is on the most spiritual place of this great civilization, char dham, where you have Gangotri, Yamunotri. See, just imagine anywhere in the world, you have a lot of things which are related to trekking, mountaineering, and you have um, um, beautiful mountains and Alps in Europe. People walk there, go there, climb there, and do the skiing. International skiing happens. But show me one place where people go with spiritual pursuits. I think perhaps it is only in this country which happens, where people walk all the way from 5,000 kilometers from Kanyakumari, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, uh, southernmost part of this country, travel all the way beyond 4,000 kilometers and go to the foothills of Himalayas. From there, they take up the spiritual journey to Char Dham, because of there is some kind of holiness involved in this, attached to this, attributed to this, because all Indian mythologies, Ramayana, Mahabharata, the Almighty lives in Himalayas. Therefore, the Ganges which flows from Himalayas so has got spiritual significance, and all these places are these Himalayas where we have Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, all the deities, important deities in Hinduism. People go there to attain moksha by visiting these places. So that kind of spiritual significance, that kind of civilizational significance, this Char Dham is attached to. Now, we would like to know more about how people are trekking there, how people are involved there. We, Ministry of Tourism, with our schemes called Prasad and Swadesh Darshan, we are contributing a lot for the infrastructure development near these temples and other the wayside amenities. On the way of the trekking passage, we have come out with many of the schemes, and also the state government involved in the district administrations are involved in Uttarakhand, and other places where they contribute a lot for the development of the infrastructure, wayside amenities, this making the journey of the pilgrims journey of the tourists much more comfortable. So to speak about this, we have with us Furam Mamtora. I request the regional director, Ministry of Tourism, Mr. Venkat, to introduce her and also to welcome to today's Dekho Apna Desh episode on Char Dham. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Uh, Namaskar, respected DG sir, uh, all the participants today in this special session of Deko Apna Desh webinar season 2, episode 13. The speaker today, I welcome you all on behalf of Ministry of Tourism to this session. In fact, pilgrimage was the first tourism mobility which came into existence thousands of years ago, while the modern tourism is a relatively new phenomena. All the tourism that is today has its origins clearly rooted in the age-old practice of pilgrimage. Indeed, development of tourism is difficult to understand without thorough comprehension of the practice of pilgrimage in the ancient times. In fact, considering this, the as DG sir had said, the Ministry of Tourism's pilgrimage regeneration and spiritual augmentation drive, the Prasad scheme kind of maps most of the pilgrim destinations across the country, and a lot of developmental work in terms of pilgrims, amenities, and facilities, etc., are ongoing. Now, coming to today's topic, set out on a spiritual journey to India's holy Chardham, we have Forum Mamtora. She is joining us from the Kutch, Mandvi, the very famous beach of Mandvi in Kutch. And today she will be talking about the four cardinal directions of India. The Chardham unites and strengthens entire India, and the it also forms an important part of the pilgrimage uh, circuit. In fact, she will be coming up with stories and to tell about the present today. Foram Mamtora is an architect by profession. She is also passionate about writing. She has authored a book entitled Shop Talks and Walks, which was published by Right Order Publications India. And presently, she is serving as an educator in a school in Kutch. Over to you, Forum. Please take us on this journey of pilgrimage through your vision.
All right. Thank you, Kamal sir. Thank you, Venkat sir, for your kind words and introduction. And hi, everyone. Good morning. Thank you. First of all, before I go ahead, I would like to extend my thanks to Ministry of Tourism for this opportunity and all the attendees for taking out your time and joining in here. So now let us begin with the presentation, what we are here for. Hope everyone can see the slide. I would just like to get the confirmation.
Yes, we can see.
Okay.
Yes, we can see this.
Okay, thanks. So, when we talk about our country, like India is dotted with so many of like heritage wonders and cultural gems, which makes it stand out so special worldwide and has imparted India this very distinct character and identity and makes it so diverse. And India has got its own share of sacred sites and sacred destinations. So, out of all this, the most visited and something that we must visit is the four Chardham temples. So today I'm going to be talking about these temples and what all has gone into making of this, like the backstories about it. So when we say Chardham, we usually mean these four temples, like Badrinath temple, Dwarkadish temple, Jagannath Puri temple, and the Rameshwaram temple. So all these temples are located very strategically, like in four cardinal direction of India. The way they've been designated by Adi Shankaracharya in around like 8th century. So it sort of forms an entire pilgrimage route, like from starting from north, then east, south, and west. Then is the importance of Chardham Yatra. So, according to Hindu mythology, like we all should visit all these places once in our lifetime, as it is believed that it just helps us attain the serenity of mind, helps us attain the liberation, and washes away all our sins. So, Badrinath is the oldest of all the Chardham temples, and it is located in like Garhwal region of Uttarakhand, and is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. So, it is a Vaishnavite temple, and the water that you see on right is the Alaknanda River flowing by. So, while you go through this religious tour, it's not just about the religious significance; it's also about the experience that one gets through while you are undertaking the tour. It's also about the environment. It's also about the landscape that you get to experience while you are doing it. So many times it happens when we visit a place, when we visit any of the structure, we'll just roam around, we'll just end up taking the photographs. But it's very important, it's very necessary that you trace its nuances, that you know what all has gone into making of it, because there are so many legends associated with, there are so many spiritual values, cultural beliefs, so which is as important as doing the darshan, right? It just adds to your worship, it just makes it more meaningful. So Badrinath is the oldest one of all these temples, and it is situated between these two mountains, Nar and Narayana mountains. So there is a story that goes like, once this first of all, the word berry, Badri stands for berry. So the entire area was abound with so many of berry trees, where once Lord Vishnu had come for meditation as part of his penance. So at that time, Goddess Lakshmi also accompanied him, and he took a form of a berry tree, and she decided to protect goat from the harsh weather condition of the area. So this is the so since then the entire area is known as Badrikavan and Badrikashram. So that is the story that goes. Okay, so then the current idol that you see inside the temple was rediscovered by Shankaracharya, because once the Lord had appeared in his dream and asked him to recollect and rediscover the idol and he rediscovered the idol from the water of from cave near Taptikun, and he re-established it inside the temple. Then there is another story that goes like, there were two brothers called Nar and Narayana, who decided to come here for meditation, and still believing that they are continuing with with their penance. And it's also believed that Arjun and Krishna are the reincarnations of Nar and Narayana. So another destination is Taptakund, which is situated nearby the Badrinath temple. So it's believed that all the devotees, they take bath before they enter the main temple. Another picture of Taptakund. Then is the Vedrash cave and the
themes and topics of
Uh,
activities and
looks like we lost forum. Can you check? Just brief.
Yeah, yeah, sir, checking.
list of topics events.
Classes डाल दिया क्लास कौन से क्लास में
occurred while killing Ramana, as he believed that Ramana was a great scholar and a very generous. Okay, so he directed Lord Hanuman to go to Himalayas and collect, and it took some time for him to do it. So meanwhile,
क्लास डाल
Sita
देंगे
made another lingam using earth, and which came to be known, which was set inside the
कभी
temple,
इसको
and which came to be known as Ramalingam. And on returning, Hanuman was a little disappointed to see this another lingam. So he just calmed down him. So the god just calmed him down and accepted his lingam too, and set him near the Ramalingam, so this another lingam was came to be known as.
Actually, looks like there's a network issue from the speaker's end. We are getting in touch with her.
Yeah, she's joining from a very remote location. Maybe that is the reason bandwidth
Right.
must have been
So
cut.
she is joining back. It seems her network
Okay,
is not good.
no, no problem.
Yeah. Hey, Forum.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Yes, there were some technical issues. Yes. So we're talking about Badrinath temple. So the word Badri stands for berry. So the area was abound with so many berry trees which were in abundance. So once Lord Vishnu decided to come here for meditation, some remark was passed by sage Narad, and after that he decided to come here for meditation as part of his atonement. So at that time he had come here, and goddess Lakshmi also decided to join him. And he took at that time he took a form of a berry tree to protect the Lord from the harsh weather condition of the area. And since then, the place is known as Badrikashram or Badrikavan. So that is the story that goes like this. Then it is said that the idol that you see inside the main temple was rediscovered by Adi Shankaracharya in 8th century. So once Lord Vishnu had appeared in his dream and he had directed him to collect the idol from the water of Alaknanda river. So he rediscovered the idol, and then he was the one who set up it inside the temple. Then there goes another story about Nar and Narayana mountain. So there were these two brothers called Nar and Narayana who had also come in this area for their meditation, and it's still believed that still they are continuing with their penance in the area, and so that's why these two mountains that you see where the temple sits is known as Nar and Narayana, and it's also according to our text, it's also believed that Arjun and Krishna were the reincarnation of Nar and Narayana. So then another destination near Badrinath temple is the Tapta Kund. So it is believed that all the devotees visit this place. They take bath inside this. It's a hot water spring, so that they go to take bath before they enter the main temple. So another picture of Tapta Kund. Then is the Vedvyas cave and Ganesh cave. So, um, so this is the site from Vedvyas cave. Vedvyas had narrated entire Mahabharata to Ganesh, and from Ganesh cave he had penned it down. So that is the significance of this place. Next is the Rameshwaram temple. So this is how it's seen from outside. You can observe the tall gopurams of the temple, and it's situated in Tamil Nadu. And as the temple is uh, dedicated to Lord Shiva, and it is one of the 12 Jyotirlinga temples. And said that the construction was begun by Parakram Bahu, and then the later regimes expanded the temple. And this is what you see now. So when Lord Rama was returning to Ayodhya after defeating and killing Ravan, he decided to repent for the sins that it might have occurred while killing Ravan, because Ravan is he had 10 heads. So there was also one head which was very generous, who was a great scholar and a noble king. So he decided to do penance for what for all the sins that might have occurred by him. So he at that time he had directed Hanuman to go to Himalaya and bring a large lingam, and it took some time. It took longer for Hanuman to do that. So meanwhile, Sita set up another lingam, which she made using the earth, and it came to be known as Ram Lingam. And so, on returning, while returning, Hanuman was little disappointed to see that. So then, the Lord Ram just went on and calmed him down, and his lingam was too accepted, and it was placed and installed next to Ram Lingam, which came to so this another lingam came to be known as Kashi Vishwanath. And the place is also known as Setubandha Rameshwaram, as when the Vanar Sena along with Lord Ram reached here, they realized that there was this entire ocean which needed to be closed. So using this local stone, they set up this bridge, which came to be known as Ram Setu, and they all got across Sri Lanka. So the temple has been built using Dravidian style of architecture. There are these two gopurams on both east and west side, and you can also below is the picture of the interior. You can see this pillared corridors which are constructed using granite, limestone, and sandstone. Next is the Dwarkadish temple. So it is situated in Gujarat near the bank of Gomti River, and the temple is dedicated to Lord Krishna. So earlier, this town had high walls and it had many gates to enter. That's why the place came to be called as Dwarka Nagri. So the flag that you see on top of the main temple, it is changed 5 times a day, and you can also see the sun and moon symbols on it, and it uses around 52 yards of road to make this flag. So in earlier times, in older times, the Dwarka was also known as Anartha, Kushtali, and Mokshapuri. So when Lord Krishna shifted here with his subjects after killing Kansa, and when the continuous attacks were going on between him and Jarasandha, decided to shift here, and that time the entire town was developed, and the land was provided by Samudra Deva, and the entire city was built overnight by Vishwakarma. So the original temple that you see, was built by Vajranama the first time. He was the great grandson of Krishna, and it was built around like 20 or 2,500 years ago. And then the main temple was damaged and like reconstructed many times. So in 14th century, it was taken care by Rajput kings. Again, it was damaged during Britishers' time, and basically, there are two gates on both north and south side. So the one is the Moksha Bar where you enter, and the another one is the Swarg Bar. So here you can see the observe the details of Shikara. It is built using the Nagara style of architecture. Sandstone and granites are used for construction, and it is 5-story tall. Then is the Jagannath Puri temple. So it is located in Odisha, and the temple is dedicated to Lord Jagannath, who is one of the forms of Lord Krishna. So, as the name suggests, Jagannath means the Lord of Universe. And also, the temple is famous for Rath Yatra festivals, which takes place in the month of June and July. As per one of the tales, there was a king called Indradyumna, who was the great devotee of Lord Vishnu, and once Lord appeared in his dream and directed him to collect a piece of wood from a sea nearby. So this log was called Daru Brahma. So the king went on doing it, and he collected the wood, he brought it in the palace, and then he was looking for some sculptures to cow the deity, to cow the idols, but none of them, all of them who were invited, they failed to do it. So then once Lord Vishwakarma came in disguise of an old man, all sculptors, and he agreed to cow the sculptures on one condition, that he shouldn't be disturbed for coming 21 days. So the work was commenced, and many days passed after that. So with time, the king was becoming more impassionate. So one day he just went inside. He just forced open the door. He just went in the room, and all he could find was nothing but the unfinished idols. Couldn't find the sculptures. So that's the reason why you see this. Still, you see this. The idols which are placed in the temple, they are not like complete. So that is the reason behind it. This is the temple complex. So there are like different chambers like Vimana, Jagmohan, Natmandir, and Gohmandir. You can see the idols. So this is the picture taken during Rath Yatra festival. You can see how the different chariots are decorated. Each of this Char Dham temple has got its own pair of temples. So according to our mythology, it's believed Lord Vishnu resides wherever the Lord Vishnu resides, Lord Shiva resides nearby. So Badrinath temple can be paired with Kedarnath temple, Jagannath Puri temple can be linked with Lingaraj temple, Rameshwaram temple can be linked with Rangnath Swami temple, and Somnath temple can be paired with Dwarka temple. So you can see the pictures of this temples. So this is the Chardham map, and here what you see are the four monasteries or mutts which were developed, which were set up by Adi Sankaracharya. As in early 7th and 9th century, there was a lot of religious chaos, like new religions were coming up. So at that time, to propagate and to revive Hindu religion, he undertook his tour, and in all these four directions, he identified the spots, and these monasteries were set up. So still, the head of this mud is called the Sankracharya, and each of this monastery is dedicated to one of the four Vedas. Like Govardhan Mutt is dedicated to Rig Veda, Jyotirmath is dedicated to Atharva Veda, Sringeri Mutt is dedicated to Yajur Veda, and Sharda Peetham is dedicated to Sam Veda. So that is the importance associated with this place. So that's it about it. I hope everyone enjoyed and got to know something more about these places.
Venkatesh sir, uh, would you like to add something? Venkatesh sir, would you like to add something?
Yeah, thank you. In fact, as I've been telling in the past also, pilgrimage has been a mainstay of the Indian tourism, and not only Indian tourism across the world. Now that forum is coming forum, you can continue. Yeah, and also, uh, as you say, this is one form of tourism which is inelastic to any kind of what do you call economic upturns or downturn. It will continue at some point, right from the it also goes beyond the class. Anybody and everybody would like to take a yatra within his means. That is why we see millions of people kind of traveling during important festivals and important dates. And what bigger than the Kumbh Mela, which is again the largest congregation of humans across the world. So similarly, if you also look at, I would also like to bring in here the Utsav portal of the Ministry of Tourism, which again integrates live darshans from various major temples across India on one platform. This happened from the idea during the pandemic when many of the temples were closed, where they came with live darshan. So now it is also enabling the people who cannot travel, especially the aged and the people who are immobile, to be at the homes and watch the darshans, etc. So, and also many new destinations are also being showcased here. So it is overall pilgrimage tourism, which is one of the oldest form of travel, will continue. And I think this is something which will sustain the what you call tourism economy in many remote areas. If you look at Just for example, the way the economies of those places are concerned, they're all dependent on pilgrims. So it is also kind of bringing in employment. It is bringing in livelihood to people across. Thank you.